Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo! We have another letter. I have a Reds Gallery. From Bella! Probably asking to be a pen pal or something. Let's see... How are you anyway? Get some super cute stationery and just head to write you a letter with it right away. Want to dress up fancy and go out somewhere with me? Let me know. I mean... Maybe? I don't know, man. Yeah, I have a fuchsia letter. Let's just put the fuchsia pick in the fuchsia letter. Okay, let's go check turnips, because I got like 24 minutes. Not 24, 26. About to be 25. There's the gem rock. It's pretty convenient. Not gonna lie, I really wish that, like, it was possible to, like, have the gem rock be technically a real rock, and then, like, have the other rocks move. That'd be so nice. Turnip price, 68. Okay, the afternoon might have something. That is what I'm currently hoping for, is that the afternoon will have something. That will have a decent turnip price, and, you know, everything will be great. And dandy. And lovely. And I'm gonna save and continue, just so I can do this without any feelings of, oh no, things are gonna be ruined, even though, literally, like, I haven't done anything yet other than get a letter out, but I'd have to do that again, and that's effort, so... Because I don't trust this lemon. And now that I've said that, the lemon is probably going to, crash, like, tomorrow. I'll be like, oh, you don't trust me, do you? Well, I'll give you a reason to not trust me still. I do actually wonder if that is potentially tied to my computer problems. Yep, bad money luck day. Like... It might be tied to my CPU dying. Maybe. I can hope. Well, here's Sky. And she even wants something. So, Pookie, I need your honest opinion. I say Zoop a lot. You should find something else to say. I mean, I kinda like Zoop. I think it's great. Zoop. Fossil. Okay. Not my brain going into things it really shouldn't be thinking about. That's always fun when that happens. I hope you all agree on that one. It's always really fun when your brain is just like, how about thoughts that you don't want? Just have them all right now. It's like, I'd really rather not have them. I suppose as a minor thing I can ramble about with what I've been playing lately, I have finished my yearly event with Star Trek Online. Now I just need to decide on like where to, once there's the next Lobby sale, spend my 1,500 Lobies, and what all I want to get with my 2 free cash shop ships. Everything from 7 PM will be half off. I swear they're doing that so often because I barely shop there anymore, so they're not making much money. They're like, oh god, we've expanded our building so much, and now our only customer is no longer shopping here. Oh no. So they're just trying to bait me back. Even though I really don't need any other stuff. But, yeah. I now have one of the Tier 6 Infinity Crate carriers that... Ooh, Sahara. That I've wanted for a long time. One of them. Because you only got... basically... Oh, hey, Carlos. Let's talk with Carlos really quick. Hey, I've been hoping to see you, cool guy. What can I do for you? Want to chat? Take a look at these clothes. Yeah, someone from Anytown. But, basically, the end-of-year prize... Well, end-of-the-yearly event prize. It's not like a proper end-of-year prize. Gives you 1 Infinity Box ship. So, potentially, I'll be able to do that next year. And get the... You know... the other ship I want. I also just got up again, so... At least I'm not sleep deprived today. Now, if anything, I'm overslept. Because I ended up laying down around, like... It was close to midnight last night, and I woke up... Like, woke up in bed. Like, I didn't actually fall asleep at midnight. But I know I did sleep longer than 8 hours easily, because, like... I laid down in bed around midnight. I then... fell asleep probably around, like, 1. Woke up at, like, 9 when the playlist I had on ended. And then I put on another video and went back to sleep. So... Yeah. Yeah, we got a cityscape with some autumn leaves. These really don't mix, Sahara. But, you know. I'll take it. Like, I've committed to doing that from now on, so. It's just what I'm doing. Lobo! Ah, this spot, boo-boo. Stayed up late last night, now I'm sleep deprived, as in yawn. What's up? Let's chat. Think about it, I haven't eaten anything since I woke up. It's gonna be a nice, fresh, juicy orange. Alright. I can do that. Oh, hey, an orange. Yeah, no morning, cool guy. I can barely keep my eyes open. Plus, the sun's so bright it feels like lasers are shooting directly into my brain. Let's talk. Can't stop thinking about this one butterfly fish that got away. I mean, I could try. I don't even remember where. I know those are river fish. I just don't remember the time of day they show up is the thing. Yo, Lobo. Oh, this looks delicious. Sure is something special about the flavor of a really good orange. Completely satisfied. Got me what I wanted, and I won't let it go unnoticed. My home computer rack. Okay. Hello, Velma. Well, good morning, hon. It's lovely to see you. Something you wanted? Want to chat? So I've heard you have something pretty nice. To be completely honest with you, really need your home computer rack. Alright. Yeah, go ahead. We're having a bad bell luck day, so like I don't have the heart to tell any of our villagers no, especially when like it's Velma who I don't have her picture yet. Like I definitely don't have the heart to tell her no. Though that home computer rack did actually remind me of something. And this is going to be Stop Killing Games related. But like there's so many people who are like, man, like MMOs would be so unrealistic to carry on as, you know, as under the initiative. It's like, but they really wouldn't. Because all the initiative asks for is games to be left in a reasonably playable state. Meaning, all they need to be is, well, able to be played. If that is an MMO, that all that would require would be the server binaries being released so that people could compile their own home servers. And then, like, the argument I saw was brought up of, like, well, yeah, maybe it wouldn't work for games like EVE Online, because, like, that game's main server, like, can potentially host, like, 500,000 players on the one server. And it's like, well, yeah, it can actually host more than that on the one server. But if let's be real, if EVE Online is dead, if the game finally kicks the bucket, there's not gonna be that many people left around wanting to play it. And because of how EVE Online is, the server is designed in such a way that the fewer people that are on it, kind of the better. Like, and it could also run on low-spec hardware, probably just as well as the game itself runs, because of how they designed the game. In EVE Online, there's this funny thing called time dilation, that basically is, whenever you enter a node that is under heavy strain, the game server slows that node down for everybody so that it's easier to manage it on the server side. Now, this does make everything run a lot slower for the players. Hello, Carlos. So I got some big news. No, you're not moving. Don't go. You think I should stay? But wait, really? You're not just saying that. Wasn't sure you'd even miss me. No, gotta talk to you, because now I'm staying. No one's allowed to move out until we get one more villager back into town. Because I don't want to be 2 villagers from the cap. But we have not had a campsite visitor in a while. But yeah, like, it's just kind of funny to me how people seem to not understand the games that they're even talking about as to why it would be a problem for this initiative. And, like, literally, there's not a high chance that games that are already released and running will even be grandfathered into this initiative, should it become legislation. Like, mostly because, like, a lot of people involved in the initiative agree that, yeah, that would be a bit much. Because, you know, while a lot of these games that have been running forever have been, you know, pretty much... They've pretty much probably been built during a time when they would have had an end-of-life plan in place to a degree. I mean, a lot of these really old games have private servers running on them purely because they used to sell on discs that contained basically everything about the game. So, like, you just compiled your server using the disc. Which, you know, worked wonders. I kind of miss when MMOs came on discs. It was kind of cool. I miss when games came on physical hardware, period, but, you know. I say that as someone who literally owns a physical copy of Team Fortress 2. Unlike a lot of people, I don't have my proof of purchase because I bought the orange box. I have it because I literally bought a copy of Team Fortress 2. Mostly because that's the only part of the orange box I particularly wanted at that time, and I wasn't particularly interested in, you know, the rest of it. I think it was a neon tetra I needed, wasn't it? No, it was, butterfly fish. At least I think. I don't remember now. Oh no. Well, let me... Butterfly fish is a thing. Wait. It's an oceanic fish. Well, I'm in the wrong... Right, it's that thing. Okay. If I'm remembering right. I need to be ocean fishing. I'm not very smart. Ah. Yeah, it's a good little chunk of bells. But, like, the funniest thing is, as well, and this is something that maybe CCP should consider at some point, I would absolutely love and probably play EVE Online again if I was allowed and able... I was going to a label. If I was allowed and able to just host my own private server, but, like, have it still tied to the account servers of CCP for now, so that, like, the voice just cracked, so that, you know, I could basically, one, so that I could potentially use my character from the main server, which that would be a big ask. I wouldn't exactly need that, but at the very least, so that they could still basically require you to have a subscription to play on your private server. Which I know to some people would be like, but why would you want that? It's like, because we need to give them some incentive to actually do it before their game shuts down. But, like, I would so gladly do that because, like, I have a small group of friends that, like, would probably play if they could, you know, not have to deal with the universe or the sandbox already being fully controlled you know, because, like, let's be real, like, some of, like, the EVE Online trailers, like, you get the butterfly effect trailer from way back in the day, where it's like, oh yeah, like, you get killed by somebody, and then you befriend your killers, and then you spend, you know, months building trust with them, and you end up getting promoted up to being, like, a director, which is, like, basically, like, the second in command of a corporation, and, like, you're at the point where you could basically take everything they own. It's like, yeah, that doesn't happen. Not anymore. Not with big corporations, anyway. The ones that you would actually want to be screwing over, the big corporations, the big alliances, they don't operate like that anymore. They almost never operated like that. That's how they became big. Now, some of them did get big by doing exactly that to other big alliances, but that taught all of the big alliances to be more careful. I think it was Goon Swarm stealing Bob's, like, capital fleet, basically. Wonder if any of those still exist. Someone probably has one, just hasn't logged in for, like, a decade, so it still exists because it's just, you know. But, like, there is enough PvE content in EVE Online that they could realistically release a home version of EVE Online that you basically just compile a little local server, maybe allow it to only host, like, 30 people max, and you could just go and have fun. Like, as long as you're locally hosting the server, and this is where, like, I would say that making the ask of, hey, could I use my own character, would be a little silly, is like, where you're hosting the server, you could, like, adjust things about it that, you know, could make it a bit unfair if your character could then return to the main server. But at the same time, I mean, there's really not much you could do at this point that you can't already do in the main game. Back in my day, you had to train skills, and it took as long as that skill took. It was gonna take to train. If that skill said, you know, 20 hours, that's how long it was gonna take you to go from level 3 to level 4. That skill says 27 days, that is how long it's gonna take you to go from level 4 to level 5. These days, it says, you know, 27 days, you go and buy, like, 5 skill injectors, and you've got the skill and probably some extra skill points. Now, the beauty of EVE Online is that that really doesn't matter. Like, I know hearing that, there's undoubtedly some people, and possibly even old EVE Online players, going, but that's pay to win. Not really. I'm rusty as shit, but I could probably still kick the butt of any new player buying into, like, a Titan. Like, I could probably solo them down with my, you know, with probably a... I'd probably need a battleship or battlecruiser, but, you know. Because I understand how the combat mechanics work, and they don't. They'd also be flying a Titan, probably with Titan-grade equipment on, rather than the... you know, effectively large guns. They'd probably be running the capital guns, which would make them have an even harder time actually hitting my ship. And then, you know, like, there is so much to how combat works in EVE. But, like, I would absolutely love to be able to host my own little private server. It would effectively turn EVE Online into a Vorion. Only with the EVE Online mechanics instead of Vorion's mechanics, which, quite honestly, I would like a little more. Like, I like Vorion. It's a pretty cool game. The problem is with Vorion is, like, well, okay. the problem EVE Online would have as well. Like, Avorion has this issue of it basically only actually, like, renders, I think, the past, like, 3 or 5 systems. Past that, it just does math to figure this stuff out. With EVE, there's just no NPC trading. So, you know, there's NPCs that'll definitely steal your stuff, but there's no, like, NPC trading that goes on. Mostly because, like, the markets in EVE Online are, for the most part, let operate. Like, there's no interference from the game or the developers. The market just does what the market will bear. It's basically a free market. Like, now, there's definitely things that CCP has done that adjusts the price of stuff in ways that, you know, they probably shouldn't. That's a clownfish. I don't need a clown. Like, they've basically made, over the years, they've basically messed around with, like, how ores spawn, which has completely shuffled around the value of various ores, because it's like, well, this ore that used to be pretty common now isn't. So once the supply of it starts to dry up, which does not take long, suddenly it's a rare ore now. The thing that will always bug me about their changing of how ore spawns is basically how it used to work was there was a class of ores that was in high security space, a class of ores that would spawn in low security space, and then null security space and wormhole space, being fundamentally the same thing, would share ore drops. Somebody at CCP got a bee in their bonnet one day and didn't like that people were living in wormholes full time and never had to leave their wormhole to do anything. Even though wormhole space was basically like bad nullsec, it was not a good place to be really living, but it's where people who didn't want to deal with nullsec went to live. And then they removed the most common resource from wormhole space, forcing wormholers to ship that ore into their wormholes. And it's like, really? Hello, Pudge. See, on TV they were saying that everybody needs a signature greeting. Got to think about how cool it'd be if I had my own way of saying hi. Problem is I can't think of anything. How about this one? Okay. So let's see. He wants a signature greeting. For Pudge. Oops. He's gonna yell cookies. Because that's pretty Pudge. It's perfect. Okay. Let's see if I can catch this shark. And also to, like, briefly explain how this stuff works, to explain why wormhole space was basically bad nullsec. The various security space areas. It's like high sec, low sec, nullsec. They all have, one, a local chat that you can see all of the players in that area. Like, in the system, so you always know who's around. They also have warp gates that allow you to travel from system to system. So if your system is out of the system you're in, has nothing to do in it, you can just travel to one next door. You also always know where that warp gate is going to go, That right there is probably giving you a bit of a hint already as to how wormhole space works. In wormhole space, there is no local chat. Also, null security space you can claim. So, like, you can lay down a territorial claim unit, and then basically from there you start farming up various, you know, various combat sites, which are PvE things, mining sites, you know, scanning sites. Like, there's all this stuff that just starts spawning once you've claimed an area in nullsec. Wormhole space is unclaimable. There's no local chat. They used to have the same ores as nullsec, but now they don't. They only ever usually had 2 ore belts spawn in the run of a day, while nullsec, you had as many ore belts as you had claimed systems had ore belts. I'm gonna check turnips. 64. Good number, but not a good number for selling at. On top of that, like, there are no warp gates because you're in a wormhole. The only way in and out of that wormhole is your wormhole entrance, which moves. It closes and opens, and you can force it to close and open, and after so many ships have passed through it, it will close and reopen somewhere else. These are not stable wormholes, like the wormhole entrances and exits. Various classes of wormhole, which there are like 5 different classes, so I'm not slacking off. It's a pain to get back up after I've had breaking some coffee. But yeah, there's like 5 different class of wormhole. They all have different areas their entrance will be in. Now, New Eden is a large solar system. So let's imagine you have a Class 1 wormhole. One of the most sought after for small corporations because they're just easy to live in and it gives you somewhere where you can kind of stretch your wings a little bit. So you got your Class 1. Well, now, a Class 1 will always have an opening into high security space. Not a specific region of high security space, just high security space. So, your wormhole could open up in Perimeter, one system out from Jeddah, the game's largest trade hub. Sounds really convenient, right? No. Because that means everybody is now knowing where the entrance to your wormhole is. I need to remind you, C1s are sought after by small corporations. If a small corporation pokes into your wormhole and thinks, we could fight these guys out of this, you're probably going to get evicted from your wormhole. Or your wormhole entrance could end up in Solitude, a small high-sec island surrounded by low-security space that PvPers often fly through because a lot of high-sec corps will also try to get to Solitude because you're basically safe from ganking in Solitude. At least you used to be. Not sure anymore. The gankers kind of learned that's where everyone was going, so wouldn't be surprised if there's just ganking fleets out in Solitude now, too. There's just not as big or popular and probably only run on certain days of the week. So, like, that and there's the problem. Like, even, like, between Solitude and Jeddah is something like, I think it's like 60, 70 jumps. Like, that is a long time to be traveling just to hopefully get back into your wormhole. And because of how wormholes work, the wormhole that my corporation used to have, I still have an alt sitting in. They can't scan their way out of it, but they're still sitting there. Because they didn't leave them in their scanning ship. And then we ended up getting evicted, so they're just sitting there in a, wait, no, I think they have a probe launcher on them. Either way, you basically have to leave a character just in that wormhole all the time. Otherwise, as you might guess, by the wormhole entrance being able to be closed and reopened, you might lose the wormhole entrance and not be able to find it again. Yeah. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today. Our turnip prices weren't very good, so thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. See you all then.